A father's justice, the day hate met its match. In the quiet of a Texas suburb, where cicadas hum and lawns stay pristine, I thought I'd found peace. My name is Henry Caldwell, a widower, a father, and a man who once chased monsters for a living. 8 years ago, I left the FBI to raise my son, Ethan, alone after my wife's battle with breast cancer ended. Ethan, born blind from a rare genetic disorder, was my world, a boy whose laughter could light up the darkest room. We moved to Willow Creek, a gated community near Dallas, hoping for safe streets and friendly faces. But last summer, a woman's cruelty shattered our sanctuary, and I became someone I thought I'd left behind. This is the story of how one father fought back when evil touched his child and how a community was forced to face its own heart. Ethan, at 10, was a marvel. He'd thank you for tying his shoes, call you sir or ma'am without prompting, and memorize your footsteps after one meeting. He loved audiobooks, built intricate Lego cities by touch, and somehow outsmarted me at checkers. The community pool was his haven. Every evening, we'd walk there, his cane tapping the sidewalk, his hand in mine. In the water, strapped into his adaptive float, he'd grin and say, "Dad, it's like I'm flying." Those moments were my fuel, proof that despite his blindness, Ethan could feel the world's joy. Willow Creek seemed perfect at first: manicured lawns, waving neighbors, kids on bikes. But the Homeowners Association, led by Margaret Hensley, was a different story. Margaret, in her late 50s, ruled with an iron grip, her navy blazers crisp even in 95-degree heat. Her tight bun and pinched frown screamed control, not community. She handed us a rulebook on move-in day, warning that standards must be upheld. I shrugged it off. Petty HOA nonsense, I thought. Then came the pool rules: no unapproved flotation devices, no disruptive noise, medical clearance required on demand. I sensed trouble. Ethan's float was non-negotiable for his safety. I emailed Margaret, explaining his condition, offering waivers. No reply. Whispers followed. Neighbors questioned if Ethan needed to swim so often. One asked if his presence was hygienic. I shielded Ethan from their words, but Margaret's cold stare at the pool told me she saw my son as a flaw in her perfect world. Tensions simmered until that scorching July afternoon. The pool shimmered under a cloudless sky, nearly empty save for a few teens. Ethan, in his float, sang softly, his voice a quiet melody. I sat close, watching, until my phone buzzed, a mechanic confirming my car's repair. I stepped 5 feet away, still facing the pool, for a 30-second call. Then Ethan's scream pierced the air. "Dad, it hurts." My phone hit the pavement. I sprinted to the shallow end, finding him thrashing, clutching his face, his skin reddening. The air stung with a sharp, chemical bite bleach. I pulled him into my arms, his sobs breaking me. Margaret stood on the deck, a bleach bottle in hand, her face blank. "What did you do?" I warned. She didn't flinch. "He's a liability. This pool isn't for special needs." My blood boiled. "You poured bleach on my son?" She shrugged. "He can't see anyway. It's not like it matters." Neighbors rushed over. The Wilsons, an elderly couple who'd brought Ethan muffins, were horrified. Mrs. Wilson dialed 911. Mr. Wilson filmed Margaret, still clutching her bottle like a trophy. Ethan's skin blistered, his eyes swollen despite his blindness. Paramedics arrived fast. In the ambulance, Ethan whimpered, "I just wanted to swim, Dad." My heart cracked. At the hospital, doctors flushed his eyes for an hour, confirming no further vision loss, but noting chemical burns and deep trauma. As Ethan slept, I made a call I hadn't made in years to my old FBI partner, now a federal prosecutor. Before I was Henry the Dad, I was Agent Caldwell, hunting child predators. I knew how to build a case, and Margaret had just awakened that part of me. By midnight, I compiled everything. Mr. Wilson's video, Mrs. Wilson's 911 call capturing Margaret's muttering, teens footage, and neighbor statements. I cited law's felony assault, hate crimes under the Americans with Disabilities Act. My report was ironclad, sent to my contact. At 5:45 a.m., SWAT stormed Margaret's house. She screamed about harassment as they cuffed her, barefoot in a robe. No one defended her. Charges piled up: child endangerment, battery, civil rights violations. That night, tucking Ethan in with a gel mask on his face, I choked back tears when he asked, Can I still swim, Dad? Yes, I promised, but not here. Margaret's arrest was just the start. I dug into the HOA's records, uncovering illegal policies targeting disabled residents. No proper votes, no legal review. I filed a complaint with the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. Within days, 3 board members resigned. A new election followed, and with the Wilsons, I rewrote the HOA's rules, non-discrimination clauses, ADA training, and inclusive pool hours. The pool was renovated ramps, audio signs, sensory-friendly spaces. Margaret's trial was swift. In court, I spoke of Ethan's love for swimming, his pain, his question, did I do something wrong? The jury wept. Margaret got 18 years for assault, endangerment, and hate crimes, no parole. A civil suit awarded Ethan a trust fund for his future, but justice, not money, was our victory. Ethan healed slowly. We took a road trip, state parks, motel pools, a YMCA in Oklahoma. At each stop, he'd ask, "Can I swim here?" Each yes brought his smile back. One evening, by a quiet pool, he said, "Bad people can't stop good ones forever, Dad." He was right. Back home, we joined a new community, one that welcomed Ethan's laughter. The Wilsons were honored by the mayor. We started a foundation, Ethan's Wings, to support disabled kids in the suburbs. Willow Creek transformed, its shame fueling change. Ethan swam again, arms wide, face to the sun, flying once more. Margaret failed because hate always loses to love. I'm just a dad, but I'll always be Ethan's shield. What would you do if injustice struck your family? Share your thoughts below. Should violence like this be met with force, or is patience the answer? Your voice matters. Let's talk.